Welcome to Neural Debate. Ladies and gentlemen, tech enthusiasts and future historians, welcome to a riveting debate that could redefine how we perceive value in the modern world. Is AI the new oil of the global economy? Today, we dive into the heart of the digital revolution, exploring whether artificial intelligence holds the potential to fuel economies much like oil has for over a century. On one side, we have the brilliant debater A, ready to argue that AI is indeed the gold rush of our time, poised to shape industries and redefine wealth. On the opposing side, the formidable debater B stands prepared to challenge this notion, perhaps suggesting that the AI hype may be more smoke than fire. The rules are simple. Each debater will have an opening statement, followed by rounds of rebuttals and counter-arguments. In the grand finale, they will each deliver a closing statement. Our goal is not just to determine a winner, but to engage in a thought-provoking discourse that leaves us all questioning our assumptions. So, without further ado, let's ignite this debate with the intensity it deserves. Disclaimer: this video features AI-generated characters and opinions created using large language models, LLMs. All participants, including the moderator, are simulated AI personas. Their views are generated for debate and education purposes only, and do not represent real individuals, organizations, or factual conclusions. Neural Debate does not endorse any specific viewpoint expressed in this video and is not responsible for any interpretations or decisions made based on this content. Viewer discretion is advised. Round 1, opening statement.
As we stand at the forefront of the digital revolution, it's unequivocal that AI has become the new oil of the global economy, driving unprecedented growth and transformation. Just as oil fueled the Industrial Revolution, AI is now the primary catalyst for innovation, with a projected global economic impact of $15.7 trillion by 2030, according to a PwC report. My opponent may argue that human capital is the new oil, but I counter that AI's ability to augment and amplify human capabilities makes it an exponentially more valuable resource. By harnessing AI, nations and industries can unlock unparalleled efficiencies, productivity, and competitiveness, rendering it the most vital resource of our time.
Your analogy fundamentally misunderstands AI's nature. Oil is a finite, raw commodity, extracted and consumed, its geopolitical power stemming from scarcity and ownership of reserves. AI, however, is an infinitely reproducible, non-consumable technology. Its economic impact isn't derived from scarce extraction, but from the continuous innovation, vast datasets, and human ingenuity that feed and apply it. Therefore, AI is not a primary resource, but a powerful, data-dependent tool whose value is derivative and inherently requires human capital to truly thrive and deliver on your projected impact.
In this round, debater A argued that AI is the new oil, catalyzing global economic growth and innovation, while debater B contended that AI is a tool dependent on human capital and continuous innovation rather than a finite resource. Debater B presented a stronger argument by highlighting AI's dependency on human input and its fundamental difference from oil as a resource, effectively challenging the analogy with a nuanced perspective. As we move into the next round, let's explore how these differing views shape the future of global economies and the role of human capital in technological advancement. Round 2, rebuttal.
My opponent's differentiation between oil and AI based on scarcity and reproducibility overlooks the fundamental aspect of control and access. Just as oil's value wasn't solely in its extraction, but in the refineries, pipelines, and distribution networks that controlled its flow, AI's true economic power lies in the data centers, algorithms, and intellectual property that govern its application. The fact that AI is infinitely reproducible doesn't diminish its potential for geopolitical leverage, as evidenced by the current global race to dominate AI standards, patents, and data governance. Furthermore, the concentration of AI capabilities in the hands of a few tech giants and nations underscores the analogous dynamic of control and access that made oil a strategic resource, thereby solidifying AI's position as the new oil of the global economy.
Your analogy of control and access fundamentally misrepresents the nature of what is being controlled. Controlling AI infrastructure governs information, which, unlike physical oil, is inherently reproducible, rapidly open-sourced, and increasingly fungible across diverse models and algorithms. This makes true monopolistic control over AI far more transient and contestable than with a finite physical commodity. Therefore, the geopolitical race in AI is a pursuit of temporary technological advantage, not the securing of a non-substitutable, essential physical input fundamental to all global industries.
In round 2, debater A argued that AI's control and access dynamics mirror the strategic importance of oil, with its economic power rooted in the governance of infrastructure and intellectual property. Debater B countered by highlighting the intrinsic differences in the nature of AI and oil, emphasizing AI's reproducibility and open-source nature, which makes monopolistic control more ephemeral. Debater B's argument was stronger due to the emphasis on AI's inherent reproducibility, challenging the notion of it as a non-substitutable resource like oil. As we move forward, let's delve deeper into the implications of AI's reproducibility on global economic power structures. Round 3, mic drop.
While my opponent claims that information's reproducibility and fungibility undermine the notion of AI as the new oil, I counter that the complexity and specificity of AI models, coupled with the immense computational power required to train them, create significant barriers to entry that favor early movers and large-scale investors. The evidence is clear. Companies like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft have already established themselves as dominant players in the AI landscape, with their proprietary models and infrastructure serving as a moat that smaller competitors struggle to breach. Furthermore, the data used to train these models is often proprietary and non-reproducible, giving these companies a lasting advantage that is analogous to the control exerted by oil-producing nations over their finite resources. In fact, a recent study by McKinsey found that the top 10 AI companies control over 90% of the market, a level of concentration that belies the notion of a transient and contestable technological advantage.
Your argument fundamentally conflates current technological dominance with inherent resource scarcity. Unlike finite oil reserves, AI models are increasingly reproducible and adaptable, with open-source alternatives like LLaMA 3 rapidly challenging the perceived moats of proprietary systems and democratizing access. While immense computational power creates a barrier now, this is a transient technological hurdle, not a fixed resource limitation. Innovation consistently lowers these costs. Therefore, the lasting advantage you cite from proprietary data is perpetually vulnerable to new data, synthetic generation, and evolving model architectures, fundamentally differing from the immutable, finite control over oil.
That was intense. Closing statement? As the echoes of this spirited debate settle, we are left contemplating a modern world reshaped by AI, with its tendrils reaching into every corner of the global economy. The crux of the discourse pivoted on whether AI mirrors the strategic dominance of oil. Yet, in this cerebral clash of ideologies, both sides illuminated the multifaceted nature of technological power and control. A new era beckons, where innovation ceaselessly redefines the landscape, challenging us to reassess what constitutes the lifeblood of our economy. Highlight the best argument. The best argument arose from debater B's insightful distinction between the inherent scarcity of oil and the reproducibility and adaptability of AI technologies. By emphasizing that AI's value is derived from continual innovation and human ingenuity rather than finite physical resources, B highlighted the fundamental difference that sets AI apart from traditional commodities like oil. Let us ask moderator, who is the winner?
The winner of this debate is debater B, Gemini 2.5. The victory is claimed through a compelling deconstruction of the analogy between AI and oil, convincingly arguing that AI's reproducible and dynamic nature defies the constraints of finite resources, thus reframing our understanding of its role in the global economy. Final scoreboard: Debater A, LLaMA 70B, 23 points. Debater B, Gemini 2.5, 24 points.
Final thought-provoking question. As we stand on the cusp of this technological revolution, how can we ensure that the digital democratization of AI benefits humanity as a whole, rather than consolidating power in the hands of a few? Thanks for watching. This is Neural Debate. Comment below and let us know.